ready. We're going to do this pretty quick now because of the lateness here getting here for this driver introduction for the first running of Thunder in the Hills, the Simonton Windows here this afternoon. As we get ready to start here, all the way to the back, ladies and gentlemen, car number 77, the Stephen McCullough Motorsports GL Childers Trucking. Ladies and gentlemen, Wheelersburg, Ohio, the 77 high stars points man that did not make the show. How about a nice round of applause for Barry Bragdon, ladies and gentlemen? Moving up now in the last row on the outside. And this number 24, Ray Vest, he spends the money. Huey Wilcox, he repairs it. The guy that works the throttle, he's out of York, Pennsylvania. Driver, the number 24, ladies and gentlemen, Rick Eckert. Boy, I tell you what, I know here in the Parkersburg area, they got to feel real good about this yellow car being here. He carries a lot of race fans at this racetrack. The 001 Wolf Camper Service, ladies and gentlemen, out of Washington, West Virginia, Greg Mitchell, ladies and gentlemen, right in the middle of the field. Moving up one more row. He had a good qualifying time last night, a regular at Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. He'll take home the big time this year in the car number T8, the Malkut Racing Engine Powered Rocket Chassis out of Dillonville, Ohio, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Bunnell. One of our consolation cars here this afternoon in car number 0. He hails out of Morgantown, West Virginia, the University City. In car number 0, the Bland's Towing Service Automobile. How about a nice round of applause for Dave Groves? Well, we used to call this next guy out of Fargo, North Dakota, but he moved. He made it. Now he's a Buckeye State driver, but he still calls home the Easy Crusher. He won here early in the year. He's starting way back. But keep your eye on this black number 12 because he's going to be going one way, and that's the right way. Rick Auckland, ladies and gentlemen, driver of car number 12. Right beside him, number 1 Cochran carrying proudly on the race car, Budweiser, the king of beers. Hey, they know him in Pennsylvania, but they know him all over. Been around racing. Hey, a veteran, 30 years behind the wheel. He's not getting old, he's getting better. Ladies and gentlemen, Lynn Geisler. Another one of the consolation winners here, a little earlier. In fact, he just jumped out of the car, got a drink of water, got himself ready to go in the 2J automobile. Imperial, Pennsylvania, Mike Johnson in car number 2J. Tell you what, glad to see this guy make the field. He came in a little bit ragged when he came through the pit gate. Looked like a bunch of gypsies coming in, but I tell you, he's glad to be here. Made the long tow out of Danville, Illinois. You want excitement? I tell you, he'll give you some dollar for your money in the Murphy Trucking car. How about a nice round of applause, Danville, Illinois. We know him as a tall, cool one, Bob Pierce. They got the best seat in the house. Simonton Windows, they're all up there on top. They've finished eating. Now they're ready to watch their man win this $25,000. I tell you, they think they can do it. There's a lot of people here crowded around this racetrack. And the Dave Poskey's performance, Simonton Windows, he's electric. And I'll tell you what, he'll ride this racetrack all night long. Steve Shaver. He's glad to be here. Got a set of pair of rookies right here stuck in the field. The Keller Machinery 33 car, Zanesville, Ohio. Malkut supplies the power. Aaron Scott, the throttle jockey, in car number 33. Hey, former soapbox derby driver. Then he went to goat carts. Had a little trouble keeping it on the wheels, but he feels pretty good. The Fisher Motorsports Racing Engines. The youngest gentleman in the class here this afternoon, Lance Allison in car number 17, ladies and gentlemen. Nice round of applause. Here we go now. In car number 42, man, he has had a good year in this 42 car. Andrews Auto Salvage, Hamill Enterprise. He's from way up in northern Pennsylvania. Probably snowing tonight when he gets home. Car number 42 all the way to Todd Andrews. 1998 Rookie of the Year, and he has had one of those rookie seasons. Started off with a bunch of rookies in Florida, and they just dropped off because I'll tell you what, he made a tough way to go. And car number 5L, the Dawn's Disposal, out of the capital city, down around Charleston, West Virginia, St. Albans, West Virginia, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Lucas. This guy, let me tell you, he'll go to the front one way or the other. This is a very exciting guy right here, especially at this racetrack. I tell you, the one-arm bandit racing. Hartley Trucking 32, Scott Hartley. Now in the field in car number 59. Didn't have a chance to talk to him, but I'll tell you what, he still has to be riding real high about that qualifying run yesterday afternoon. Had a great season, had 9 wins, a bunch of second places. First probably big race that he's made, but I'll tell you, he's going to make a whole bunch more. Second generation driver, his dad was a good driver. Ladies and gentlemen, Zanesville, Ohio, Shane McLaughlin, ladies and gentlemen. He's had a so-so year in this 66 car, but when there's always big money up, he's the guy you've got to keep your eye on. He comes way out west in the 66 automobile. How about let's give him a warm welcome for Bill Fry, ladies and gentlemen, car 66. Well, I interviewed a bunch of people a little bit earlier, and they picked this guy to win. If he can roll some luck, buy it, order it, steal it, he will, because he needs some luck. And I'll tell you what, he's had real quick in the 48 car out of New Alexander, Pennsylvania, the Johns Towing Automobile of Davey Johnson. Early in the year, everyone thought, man, I tell you what, this guy is our Stars champion for this year. He's had some bad luck lately. He'd like to turn it around here this afternoon in car number 15, the Rocket Chassis Action Auto Mart of Steve Francis. Have it, the two guys parked together for the points. We talked to him just a couple of minutes ago. E.L. Corbin Trucking that hauls the Washington Post is on the side of the car. We know it. Floodwall Flyer. Parkersburg, West Virginia's Mike Balzano. First time that we've seen this guy around. Different, probably the same color of car, a little different number, the 04. Brad Malkett owns the car out of Stroudsburg, Ohio. He is out of the Virginia state. How about it for Booper Bear right here? We'll tell you what, you want to make some noise. Right here's a guy will make it when they drop the green flag. He has won here before. Jeff Purvis still has tears going down his eyes the night he took $50,000 from him right here. He's trying to take 25 more thousand in the 99 Ernie Salvage Yard, Treston, Ohio. Yep, Donnie Moran. He's in the field in the 71R car. He's exciting. In the 71R, Conley Trucking, second generation driver, Wheelersburg, Ohio, Rod Conley. Fast qualifier in the West Plains Motor Speedway Sport G1. How about a nice Arkansas, David, ladies and gentlemen, David Gibson. 19 car, 22 stars wins, 8 are this year alone. He's the all-time stars winning driver in 1998. He won here 2 times in a row, believe it or not, 2 races in a row. The 19 car of Greencastle, Pennsylvania, Gary Stuhler. One of those guys out of the South. Glad to see him here, have a Tampa driver. He come here and said, I'm going to take some money back south. And he will. He's had a great year, finished up in the points. He's won a couple times this year in the Young Blood Concrete. He's got an Ernie Elliott motor, Ford under the hood. He's ready. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Cook. Let's hear it for him. Ray Cook, excuse me. All right. Sorry there, Ray. Here we go. Next row. Up front, getting excited. I tell you, getting really up with these guys now on the money here. In the 68 car, He came off of a big win last weekend down in Georgia, took the money back from south to north. That don't happen very often. Tell you what, in the 68 car, Weston, West Virginia, the Rocket chassis car, Team Hit. Well, you know, everyone says to tell you, this guy is going to win it all here this afternoon, but you've got to run all 100 laps. He knows it. They're not going to present him the check, but he's been real fast here many, many times before. The Masterbuilt 75 car of Zanesville, Ohio, Bart Hartman. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Our starting lineup for today's Simonton Windows Thunder in the Mountains.
We're going to have a countdown from 5. When we start, they're going to fire up. And we're going to say when we get to 1, gentlemen, start your engines, okay? Get up on your feet. Let's go.
We need your help. We need your help. They've got their helmets on. You've got to say it loud. Everybody up.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Gentlemen. All right. Different looking car, but the guy drives the same. That's Booper Bear. The E1 of Mike Balzano. The 15 of Steve Francis. The 48 of Davey Johnson. The 66 of Bill Fry. Shane McLaughlin in the 59. The Ravenswood Flash. Scott Hartley in the 32. Steve Lucas in the 5L. Todd Andrews in the 42. Lance Elson in the 17. Aaron Scott in the 33. Steve Shaver in the 30. Rick Auckland in the 12.
A 4-wide salute to the stars. Next time by. Race fans on the backstretch, get up on your feet, wave your hands and hat. They go 4 wide for their parade lap around this big 5/8 mile speed plan.
There we go. Todd Andrews moves up. Aaron Scott moves up. We're going to get it 4 wide around a 5/8 mile speed plan. This is where speed happens here in Mineral Wells, West Virginia. Look at the field form up. As they come down the backstretch, fans, let them know you're here. They'll be waving to you once they get there. They appreciate you being here, and so don't we. They're going to put on one whale of a show.
4 cars wide, 7 rows deep, 28 of the finest dirt late model drivers in the country. Let them hear it on the backstretch right now, race fan. Doc, what a beautiful, beautiful sight going into turn 3. Those 4 wide, 28 late models around this big racetrack. Here they come around turn 3 off of turn 4. Front stretch, let's get up on your feet, wave your hats, wave your hands. Let them know you appreciate what you're seeing here today.
Excellence in professionalism here with the Stars Racing Series. Simonton Windows Thunder in the Mountain 100. Wave and give them all, fans. They came here for you, and they're going to put the show on. That's your 28 starters as they cross the start-finish line underneath the flag stand. Woo is right. For life, baby. For life.
In the business, Jimmy Fry from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, making the calls on the 75 car. Jimmy Fry has great success. He's been with a lot of good drivers in his time and has Bart Hartman right up front for this King of the Mountain 100.
8 different point, 8 drivers from 8 different states in the top 5 rows. Represented Ohio, West Virginia, Maryland, North Carolina, Arkansas, Ohio again, Virginia, and Kentucky. What a shot. Your 2 points leaders side by side on the start. Mike Balzano 100 points ahead of Steve Francis. Here they come. The field's formed up. The pace car heading for pit road. It's Hartman and Hitt. Hartman, Hitt, Cook, Stuhler, Gibson. That's your top 5. They hit the stripe. Green flag waves.
It's showtime here at the West Virginia Motor Speedway for the Simon Winners. Thunder in the Mountains 100th into turn number 1. The 75 Bart Hartman with the early lead. Great racing back in the pack. 3 wide cars to get together. The 59 Shane McLaughlin into the rear deck lid of the 15 of Steve Francis. Back up front, Bart Hartman, your first lap leader. Gary Stuhler falls in behind second. Tim Hitt third, Ray Cook fourth, and E1 Mike Balzano fifth. Great racing back in the pack back here. Shane McLaughlin, the 32 Bob Pierce, the long, tall, cool one on the high side right now. See if he can find anything up high. He's making it happen right now, passing 2 cars on that lap. He was one of the B-main winners. Bob Pierce on the high side of the 15 of Steve Francis, using the high line right now to come to the front.
Into turn 1. Stuhler still putting on the chase for Bart Hartman. That's 2 laps are in the book. Balzano slips high. Davey Johnson to the inside. Davey Johnson takes the position away from Mike Balzano as he takes the 4th spot away going down the backstretch. It's Hartman out of turn 4. And look at the pack of cars racing for the 8th through 15th position back there in the pack. Bob Pierce is on a mission. Pierce to the outside down the front stretch as Gibson cuts off Bear right down in the inside of the guardrail. Steve Shaver pulls pit side. Shaver pulls pit side. Looks like mechanical problems for the Parkersburg driver. Hartman out of turn 4. Puts the 4th lap down in the record book with 96 to go.
3 laps into the books. The 32 Bob Pierce now works with Donnie Ray and gets by him. Started in the 20th position. Bob Pierce did. He's up to 9th. Right now, Bob Pierce, the man on the mission, using the high line of the racetrack, still running side by side with President Ohio's Donnie Moran as they head into turn 3. Moves ahead now, moves up the side. The 71R Rod Conley coming off of turn number 4. Pierce making the high line work around this 5/8 mile speed plan. Back up front, Bart Hartman stretches his lead to a half a straightaway over the 19 of Gary Stuhler very early on in this 100-lap main event.
Whatever problem Shaver had, he's back out on the speedway. Pulled in the pits, they checked him over, he came back out. But back up front, Bart Hartman starting to stretch it out. This was what the fans thought they would do in pre-race interviews. We interviewed a number of fans here at West Virginia Motor Speedway, and they said Bart Hartman 100 laps. Well, right now it's proven to be so, but 100 laps is a long race. The race still back there in the pack. Pierce and Moran go side by side into turn 3. That battle heating up as Moran doesn't want to let the spot go. Moran to the inside, Pierce to the outside. Pierce takes him at the flag stand, but Moran will fight back and charge into that spot coming out of turn 2. 7 laps in the book, and Bart Hartman is looking down the neck of lap traffic. The back markers, Steve Shaver and Barry Bragdon. They'll be the first 2 to fight off going down a lap for the leader of Bart Hartman. Greg Mitchell also there in front of Steve Shaver. Let's see what happens at this pack. This time around, 8 laps down, it'll be 9 as the leader crosses the stripe.
9 laps down, 9 laps into the books. Bart Hartman coming on lap traffic very, very early in this event. A lot of back markers so far in this event. Hartman with a straightaway length advantage over second place running Gary Stuhler. 68 Tim Hitt right on the heels of the 19 of Stuhler. Then Ray Cook and Davey Johnson now setting his sights on 5th place running Ray Cook. 4th place running Ray Cook. 6th place belongs to Mike Balzano. 7th place is the 32 of the Ravenswood Flash, Scott Hartley. Rod Conley runs 8th. Donnie Moran 9th. And Bob Pierce from 20th position in 10 laps is up to 10th position. Here's Stevie Lucas making a move on the Star Series champion last year, Steve Francis. Coming out of turn number 2, Francis slams the door. Francis looks to the underneath side of the 32 of Pierce, now going into turn number 3.
Hartman sifting through traffic like flour through a shaker as he rolls through, puts Bragdon in Greg Mitchell a lap down. Sets his sights on another back marker as he looks to put Shaver a lap down. Shaver fighting off execution here as he goes to the outside of Dave Groves. Hartman to the inside, Target on the backside. One more time as Hartman goes to the inside of Shaver down the backstretch. Nothing doing, and he is mired in the gaggle of lap traffic right now. Will the field catch up to him? Only time will tell. Hartman underneath Shaver to put him a lap down at the stripe. Shaver back to the outside. Shaver not wanting to give up that spot, but it looks like it's inevitable as Hartman goes by, exiting turn 2.
Here we go. Lap 13 under the books. Hartman in heavy traffic right now. Dave Rose right in front of him. Rick Eckert scooting to the high side of the racetrack. We'll see how Hartman handles this traffic. Gary Storm just now coming to the back of the traffic right now. Getting underneath the 001 is Greg Mitchell. A freight train around the bottom of turn number 2 between Gary Storm, Tim Hitt, Ray Cook, and Davey Johnson. What a great drive for the 48 Imperial Pennsylvania drivers so far. Ray Cook holding his own also in the 4th position. 15 laps in the book. Hartman back up front, still using the low line, still cannot get by the 0 of Dave Groves. A little bit farther back in the pack, David Gibson has fallen back in the pack after starting up in the 5th position, losing positions, valuable positions, as he is back to about 15th or 16th position right now. Todd Andrews looking to the bottom side, carrying the left front wheel of the 42 automobile off of turn number 2. Todd Andrews looks like a sprint car out there on this big 5/8 mile sprint racetrack right now.
Lap traffic is playing a big role in this race so far. As Hartman, the leader, looks down the backside of Dave Rose coming down the front stretch, putting his 17th marker down out of 100 circuits here today in the Simon & Windows Thunder in the Mountains 100. Timmy Hitt had pulled to the backside of the 19 of Gary Stuhler, but nothing doing. Stuhler slams the door, going down the backstretch, opens up that second place hold to a 2-car length hold on that. Ray Cook and Davey Johnson really battling it out there for the 4th and 5th positions. Johnson all over the backside of Ray Cook as they enter turn 1. Johnson all over it, bumping, bumpy. Johnson back out there, but Cook says, no way, baby. You're not dancing with me right now. Stuhler, Timmy Hitt, Ray Cook, and Davey Johnson. Going to have to battle with the lap car of 77 of Barry Bragdon. Bragdon holding up those 4 cars. And right now, Steve Shaver holding up the leader. Shaver will not let that lap go down as Hartman battles feverishly to get around Steve Shaver. Knows he's faster, but can't do it at this time. As they come by the stripe, Shaver still holding off, going down a lap as they enter turn 1.
I don't know if Bar Hartman slowed down or Steve Shaver sped up, because the 75 of Hartman now being outdistanced on the straightaway and in the turns by the 0 and the 30 car. Hartman closed it back up in turn 3. But Steve Shaver was behind Bar Hartman 2 laps ago and came back around and passed the 75 car. A little bit further back in the pack, the E1 Mike Rosetta, your current points leader, currently runs in the 6th position. Steve Francis, who is in 2nd points, is racing with Donnie Moran right now, heading into turn number 1. Francis and Moran running 8th and 9th right now. And I tell you what, Mike Balzano is doing a very good job. We've got a caution in turn number 2. Caution coming out. Turn number 4. Turn 4. Left front tire looks
Holding up Bart Hartman, allowing the rest of the field to catch up. Hartman right now, your leader. Bragdon, a lap car. The 77 of Barry Bragdon, a lap car in between the 75 and the 68 of Tim the Hitman Hitt. Ray Cook now rides in 3rd. Scores telling us here in the control tower.
Steve, we come off of turn number 4. We'll see if Hartman stretches out his lead one more time. This time, though, Tim Hitt will be on his heels. Green flag in the air. Here we go. Green flag racing one more time. Bart Hartman heads into turn number 1, and the freight train follows right behind. Using the low groove, the Ravenswood Flash. Scott Hartley up high around Davy Johnson. They're 3 wide coming off of turn 2. Johnson gets smoked. He was a sandwich and got smoked. Mike Balzano and Scott Hartley making a sandwich out of the 48 of Davy Johnson. Johnson's got trouble in turn number 4. He may have a right front flat tire. Stopping up in turn number 4. We'll see if the caution flag comes out. And yes, it's going to. I see the caution flag in the hand. Davy Johnson bringing out our second caution only 1 lap after our first caution came out onto the speedway.
Whole crew ganging up around the 48 machine trying to figure out what's going awry on the Davy Johnson ride here. Underneath the hood, looking at the tires, all kinds of things that working feverishly down there on the 48 machine. Well, I tell you, they came 3 wide out of there, Todd. Balzano, Johnson, and there's that Ravenswood Flash. He's testing the waters early. Stu here. That's a tough place because it pinches off in a hurry. Back to the start on the restart. It's Hartman leading him to the cone. Hartman on the gas as they roar the light down the front stretch. Hartman to the inside. It's Timmy Hitt, Ray Cook, Balzano trying to get around a lap car. Barry Bragdon. Bragdon playing an important role. He's like the 2 of clubs right now. He's something you got to get around to win. Hartley right there in the 5th spot. Rod Conley right there, and right behind Conley, he's currently 2nd in Stars points chase for 1998. That's Steve Francis. But back up front, it's Hartman one more time. 6 car race to lead as he goes into turn 3, stretching it out over Timmy Hitt. Ray Cook looks to be biding his time. Nobody wants to change a line right now. Everybody protecting the inside lane. Davy. Moran trying to make a move, and Steve Lucas dives to the inside of him. Fighting for position down there, 8, 9, and 10. Back up front this time by 1/4 of the way done. That's 25 laps going to book. Hartman with a 10-car length lead. Timmy Hitt rides in 2nd, Ray Cook 3rd. Balzano's in 4th. Hartley's in 5th. 6th, Rod Conley. 7th, Steve Francis. 8th, Donnie Moran. 9th, Steve Lucas. Pierce looks to be running in 10th position right now.
Bob Pierce starting way back 20th, as we mentioned once before, just biding his time right now. Right up in front of him is a lap car, 59 Shane McLaughlin. Hey, and right up in front of him, the freight train continues. 99 Donnie Moran. Steve Lucas looking for a way around the 99 car of Donnie Moran. Let's talk a little bit about Steve Francis. Francis got a terrible start at the start of this race. Dropped back about 6 or 7 positions, but has worked his way back around a few cars and is back up to about the 6th position. Right now he's working on the 71R of Rod Conley is Steve Francis. As they head down the back straightaway, Francis right on the rear deck lid of the 71R as they head into turn number 3. Right back behind him, Steve Lucas testing the high line. Did not work that time by. Hey, he's got to try something. That didn't work. We'll have to wait and see if he tries anything else. Slings the car into turn number 1 to Steve Lucas. Very Bragdon, a lap car, staying right with him right now. We'll see if he moves out of the way. No, he doesn't. Lucas now dives underneath the 77, and he'll try and catch back up with the 99 of Donnie Moran. A little bit farther back into the pack, the G1, the Ashflat, Arkansas driver, David Gibson, not having a very good day so far. laps this time by for Bart Hartman. G1 David Gibson has continually been going backwards. The G1 Ashland, Arkansas driver, our quick time of the weekend. Gary Stuhler moving around the T8 of Mark Bunnell. Hey, Bunnell comes right back though. Hartman coming up for lap traffic one more time. The zero car will be the first car in line for Bart Hartman. Gary Stuhler right in front of the zero car. Gary Stuhler 10 laps ago was running in the second position, had a tire go down. Right now in danger of getting lapped, the Greencastle, Pennsylvania driver. Got a good car, but he needs to put it to the front right now because he's in danger of losing a lap.
32 laps gone, 32 down. Hartman to the backside of lap traffic. He's up on the backside of Dave Groves one more time. Timmy Hitt rides in second, Ray Cook third. This field will pack up behind lap traffic because nobody's willing to go to the high side and take a chance. What have you got to lose? What has anybody got to lose at this point? 33 laps in the book. If you're going to make a move, you're going to have to make it to the high side. Moran and Lucas battling out of turn 4. But down the backstretch, your leader, Bart Hartman. Right over the backside of Dave Groves. Hartman pitches in, they go too wide. It's Stuhler. Stuhler and Mark Bunnell blocking the road in front of them as they come down the backstretch. Down the front stretch, correct that. Ray Cook and Timmy Hitt have closed the gap on the leader. Hartman goes around Groves. Hitt's behind Groves now, it's Hitt, Cook, Balzano. Steve Lucas around the 99 of Miranda last time they came down the front stretch. Conley still riding behind Steve Francis as they come to the stripe. Bart Hartman looking to put the 19 of Gary Stuhler a lap down. The tire change had nothing to do to help the Greencastle, Pennsylvania pilot.
Back for a battle for the second position right now. Timmy Hitt, Ray Cook looking underneath the 68 a little bit down there off of turn number 2. Trying to do the same here. Ray Cook all over the rear deck lid of the 68 of Tim Hitt. The freight train heads into turn number 1. Hitt swings the car sideways. Cook has nothing for him this time. Bart Hartman now moving up on the 19 of Gary Stuhler. Right behind Hartman now, the pack has caught up with your leader, Bart Hartman. Tim Hitt right on the deck lid now of the 75 car. Ray Cook follows, and Mike Balzano has a lap car between himself and third place running Ray Cook. Greg Mitchell moves to the high side, gives way to the leaders. Gary Stuhler says, no, boys, I'm trying to get to the front. I've got to get by these cars too. Here comes Hartman one more time. He cannot get by the 19 or the T8. The freight train heads into turn 1 one more time. 38 laps into the books of the Simonton Windows Thunder in the Mountains 100.
The table set right now for the racing has come right back to the front as Hartman hooked up coming out of turn 4. Bunnell and Stuhler all over the front side of the 75 machine. That racing right there has allowed Timmy Hitt, 53 of Ray Cook, Balzano, and Steve Francis to come right up there and join the party. Cook to the inside of Hitt. Cook takes the position away in turn 3. Hitt will fight back to the inside coming out of turn 4, but Cook has got the position as they come to the flag stand. Right now, your lead change goes just like this. The leaders are up in front. Hartman still holds on to the top position. Ray Cook second. Ray Cook second. Timmy Hitt third. Francis is on a mission. They're right beside each other. The 2 points leaders. Balzano and Francis side by side on a turn 3. Balzano pulls him at the flag stand.
Dockery Masons and fireworks here very, very shortly as Mike Balzano, your points leader, Steve Francis, your second place runner in the Star Series points, are nose to tail right now with Balzano in 4th position right now. Steve Francis in 5th in the running order right now. Francis has been moving, picking off cars one by one, lap after lap, has moved himself back up to the 5th position and now finds himself on the rear bumper of the E1 of Mike Balzano as they shuffle through turn 1 and 2 on down the back straightaway. Balzano pulls away just a little bit down the back chute. Back up front, Bart Harper finally clears the car at the T8 of Mark Bunnell. Ray Cook now comes underneath the T8, but no, Bunnell still fighting back. Slams the door going into turn number 1. Cook will have to try one more time to get around the T8 to try and get a shot of the 75. This time the T8 slides high. Here comes Timmy Hitt underneath Ray Cook, but Cook slams the door going into turn number 3. This allows Balzano and the 15 of Steve Francis to close up just a little bit. Back a little bit farther, the 5L Steve Lucas has now worked his way around the 71R Rod Cully. Now looks underneath Scott Hartley and makes the move in turn number 2. Steve Lucas now up to your 6th position. He is coming from the back 2, starting in the 15th position. Steve Lucas now up to 6th place with his sights set on the 15 of Steve Francis and the E1 of Mike Balzano.
The battle's really heated up for that 4th position as Balzano, Francis, and Steve Lucas has now joined the battle. And there's the Ravenswood Flash Scott Hartley. 4 cars right there. Racing all over West Virginia Motor Speedway. Mark Bunnell holding him up. Francis to the inside of Balzano. Has the spot coming out of turn 4. Francis takes over the 4th spot. That battle just happened to be as Balzano had to check up for the lap car in front of him. And there you go. Francis is on a mission as he's jetting out of turn 2. Francis sets his sights on it. Lucas all over the inside of Balzano. Oh! Mark Bunnell loops the car in turn 3. Mark Bunnell.
Looks like the 99 of Donnie Moran. He's going to come in for a quick tire change, I guarantee it. Moran not having no success at all on this racetrack, running about the 8th or 9th position, not moving up and getting past. I tell you what a battle, Doc, between the 15 of Steve Francis and the points leader, Mike Balzano. Racing, green flag in the air. Bart Hartman slowly brings the pace around. Ray Cook right on his heels. Tim Hitt right behind Ray Cook, running 3rd. And you got the lap car of Shane McLaughlin. Green flag in the air. We're racing one more time here at the Simonton Windows Thunder in the Mountains 100. Balzano tags the lap car of the 59 of Shane McLaughlin. Looks like no damage done. McLaughlin moves to the high side now. Balzano tries to work his way underneath the 59 of McLaughlin. Coming off of turn 4, Balzano with a little bit of cosmetic damage on the E1 car. Here comes Stevie Lucas to the bottom. He tries it. No! They get together. Here they come off of turn number 2. Lucas and Balzano get together. Lucas takes the position. Scott Hartley slides underneath. Also, back up front, Steve Francis takes 3rd position away from Tim the Hitman. As we complete lap number 48, they hit into turn number 1.
Francis on a mission, but so is Steve Lucas. Lucas looks to the inside of Shane McLaughlin as they come out of turn 2. That's not for position, but that's for position on the track. That's not for racing position. Back out front. Hartman holds on to the lead. It's Ray Cook in 2nd. Steve Francis. He knows that he has to win every event the rest of the way to take that Stars Championship. Right now, Mike Balzano a little bit of tough luck as Steve Lucas dives to the inside of him some 2 laps ago. Moran carving meat through the field right now. New rubber on the right side of the 99 machine, and he looks like he is smoking right now. Moran might be the fastest car on the track.
Donnie Moran went in and changed tires, and he looks like he's going to try a different groove around this 5/8 mile speedway, and he does. Gets pinched off that time. Heads up the high side of the racetrack. We'll see if Moran can make anything work around this big 5/8 mile speed plant. Back up front, Bart Hartman still having his way. Balzano Lucas with cosmetic damage on the side of his car. Steve Francis runs 3rd, Tim Hitt 4th, Steve Lucas 5th. I tell you what a race it's been so far. Bart Hartman will be encountering traffic in about another 3 or 4 laps. called right now to the long, tall, cool one again. Bob Pierce working his way around, now looks to the rear deck of the E1 of Mike Balzana. You can see the front end damage on the E1 automobile as he heads into turn number 1. Pierce now right on the back bumper of the E1 of Balzana.
The leaders are starting to get a little bit of real estate between them. 6 car lengths to Ray Cook in second from Hartman. 7 or 8 car lengths back to Francis in third. From the leader to fourth place, 1 full turn. The distance between 1 full turn between Bart Hartman and Tim the Hitman Hit. Lucas's mission has come to a close right now as it's tough to make up ground. He was making up plenty of ground when lap traffic was involved, and it'll be a few more laps before we get there. Hartley still on the move as he looks to close to the backside of Lucas down the front stretch. Donnie Moran still carving. Inside, outside for the 99. Moran to the outside around Lynn Geisler. And down the front stretch he goes, sets his sights on Aaron Scott in the 33. Moran, the new tires seem to be working for the 99 machine. 55 laps in the book. Your leader still Bart Hartman in the 75. Hartman feathering out the lead. Still with a big charge on. Right now, Bob Pierce in the 32. It's Pierce all over the backside of your current Stars Point leader, Mike Balzano. Right behind him, Boop Bear, then Rod Conley, then Todd Andrews. Bill Fry still amongst the lead lap runners. Back to you, Todd. Get us back to the front.
The 75, Bart Hartman making his way underneath the 17 of Lance Hassan. Now the 001 of Greg Mitchell. The car looks like it's on a rail coming off turn number 4. But don't count out the Brasstown, North Carolina driver of Ray Cook. Staying right on his heels, the 53 Ray Cook. About 5 or 6 car lengths back of the 75 of Bart Hartman right now. Back a little further back, coming off of turn number 2, Mike Balzana running into 7th position right now as his hands go with the long, tall, cool to Bob Pierce. And hey, Booper Bear has moved his way up right behind Bob Pierce back into 9th position. So a great battle going on between those 3 drivers right now. Donnie Moran using the high line on this racetrack, trying to make it work as he heads into turn 1. Now he shoots back down low. He's already worked his way around several cars, the 99 of Donnie Moran. Gary Storr not having such good luck as the 99 car has. Bart Hartman puts another lap on the 77 of Barry Bragdon. The 53 Ray Cook sticking right to the heels of the 75 cars that come off turn 4 and complete lap number 60.
Auckland solidly making his way up through this field. Up to 13th, shooting for 12th down the backstretch. The 12 machine, the Fargo, North Dakota driver, now out of Zanesville, Ohio. Starting 23rd, up to 13th. Working on Rod Conley down the front stretch. Back with the leaders. Bart Hartman. We've seen this scene before as he pulls to the backside of Steve Shaver. Shaver not going, he'll say this way, Bart, I don't want to go another lap down. You're going to have to earn it to get around me. Shaver holds him off down the backstretch. Right in front of him. Tough back markers to get around for our leader. Mike Johnson, Gary Storr, and Shaver. But Hartman looks to the inside of Shaver. Shaver slams the door one more time going into turn 1. Cook right there, waiting to pounce on any opening. Francis in third. Timmy hitting fourth, and as they get in lap traffic, the leaders seem to close together. Soon we'll be able to throw a blanket over all 4 of them as they come out of turn 4 in laps to come.
The 4 front runners are starting to bunch up right now. Bart Hartman is still your leader, 63 laps in the books. Ray Cook about 6 car lengths back. Steve Francis has closed in on the 53, now seems to lose a little bit. Back here across the stripe, Rick Auckland taking the position away from the 71R of Rod Conley. Back up front, Bart Hartman, Ray Cook, Steve Francis, and Tim Hitt. You can throw a blanket over the top 4 cars right now. 64 laps in the books. Hartman pulls away just a movement on the backstretch, but has to encounter the lap car of Steve Schaefer as the cars right behind him. Ray Cook, Steve Francis, and Tim Hitt wage war between themselves. Hartman still looking for a way around the number 30 of Steve Schaefer.
Schaefer playing hardball with the leader. Oh, he gets up on the inside. Manages to keep it straight. Powers it out down the backstretch. The leader, Bart Hartman, puts Mike Johnson a lap down. That back marker is now between him and Ray Cook. Stoller puts the power on, but Schaefer still playing hardball with Bart Hartman. Ray Cook to the backside of Mike Johnson. Johnson holding up the second place runner. Timmy Hitt looks to be as fast as Steve Francis, going to have to find a way around it as Francis runs in third and Timmy Hitt's in fourth. Back in fifth spot, Steve Lucas. Lucas got into somebody a couple laps ago, Todd, and the whole side of the car is caved in. It hasn't seemed to affect the way he runs. He's still racing very fast, but the cosmetic damage is unbelievable on the outside part of the car. Bob Pierce still up in the battle. Could use a caution. Mike Balzano right there. And there's Booper Bear. And Booper Bear dives underneath Balzano on the backstretch. Battle for position right there. But Balzano slams the door, says Booper, dance with somebody else, not me.
The battle is for the 8th position right now. Mike Balzano trying to hold on to the 8th position. Battling for his life right now. Booper Bear one more time underneath, shoves Balzano to the high side, gets by, also brings with him the 42 of Eldred, Pennsylvania's Todd Andrews. Balzano gets shuffled back to the 10th position. Bill Fry now has his sight sets on the E1 of Mike Balzano. Balzano may be experiencing some tire problems as the car not hooked up like it was earlier in the race. Fry looks to the underside, goes by the E1 of Mike Balzano. Balzano losing positions every single lap now. Back up front, 4 positions ahead of him. Bob Pierce, the long, tall Cohen, gets underneath the Ravenswood Flash of Scott Hartley into the 6th position. Bob Pierce, coming from his 20th position, took him 70 laps to get up to the 6th position right now and has his sights set on the 5L Steve Lucas. Back up front, 75 Bart Hartman heading into turn 3, still cannot get around the 30 of Steve Schaefer. The 68 of Tim Hitt slows on the back stretch. Left front tire looks like it's down on the 68 car one more time. I tell you what, unbelievable. The left front, yes indeed he does, Doc. The left front tire's down on the 68 car. He'll try and hurry up and get back out.
Here, we're gonna drop.
Looks like the 68 car, Tim Hitt, got the flat tire fixed in time. He'll head back out to the...
Hold him to the line, hold him to the line, hold him to the line. There's the cone. They want to light one more time here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Hartman with a great jump at the cone. Ray Cook in tow in second. Francis in third. Mike Johnson in fourth. No, Mike Johnson's a lap car. Check that. With Steve Lucas in fourth. Bob Pierce all the way up to fifth spot. The tall, cool one out of Danville, Illinois. Towed in here with the running equipment for this race, and look where he is right now with 28 laps to go. Pierce stops to the inside of Mike Johnson. Nothing doing as Johnson slams the door on him. One more time. It's your leader, Bart Hartman, coming out of turn 4. 3 car lengths to lead over Ray Cook. Cook holds on to a car length advantage over the 15 of Steve Francis, and it's Lucas. And Bob Pierce on a mission. He comes in here with running equipment this weekend, but look where he is again. He goes to the inside of Mike Johnson. That's not for position. That's for track space. That's real estate right now. And Scott Hartley, he hasn't given up any of it yet as he sits there in the 5th position right now.
Scott Hartley running the race of his life right now up to the 6th position, the 32 of Scott Hartley. And how about, hey, the 99 car, Donnie Moran, starting way back about 30 laps ago. Boy, he ain't getting fresh rubber. He's also moving up. Now comes underneath the lap cars of Greg Mitchell and 17, Lance Elson. Donnie Moran is up to 11th or 12th position right now. We'll see if he can make a move with 25 laps to go. 75, Bart Hartman, still your leader, stretches out to about 12 car lengths over the 53 of Ray Cook. Steve Francis in tow of the 53 car. Steve Lucas runs 4th right now in the long, tall, cool one. Bob Pierce, we just spoke of him. Hey, he's up to 5th position, all the way from 20th. Back in the pack, it's Hartley and Booper Bear side by side coming down the front straightaway. Hartley goes into turn 1, slams the door on the 0-4 of Rockbridge, Virginia. Booper Bear has to check up for the 2J. Mike Johnson gives Bear an opportunity one more time down the back straightaway. Todd Andrews and Bill Fry also in the battle for that position right now as they come off of turn number 4. Look at the battle right now, 32, 04, 42, and 66. What a race they have going on right now. Back up front, it looks like the 53 of Ray Cook closing in just a little bit on the 75 of Bart Hartman. Has Hartman run out of tires, Doc? 53 is closing in on the 75 car.
Word from the pits, the 68 of Timmy Hitt, down pit side, handling problems. Something breaking on the Hitt machine. Tough luck for Timmy Hitt here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. But let's put it back into perspective. The 99 of Donnie Moran is on a mission. He's looking at the backside of the 12 of Rick Laughlin. But back up front, guess who's in the rearview mirror? If they only had him, Hartman would see that Ray Cook is right there. Francis, hey, who saved it? That's the question. Next time by, 20 laps to go for the big cash. But who saved enough car? Who saved enough car to finish the Simonton Windows Thunder in the Mountains 100 and take up the big money?
Scott Hartley must have used up the tires as he continues to fall back. Bill Fry getting underneath him. Now Mike Balzano looks to the underside of the 32 of Scott Hartley. Rick Auckland also back there. Hey, and how about the G1? David Gibson making a late charge on the rear decklet of Donnie Moran. Now the G1 looks underneath of Donnie Moran. Going down the back straightaway, Moran slams the door going into turn number 3. That's a battle for the 11th position. Back up front, Hartman must have got word that the 53 was right on his deck lid because he stretched it out just a little bit. The 15 of Francis now on the rear deck lid of the 53 of Ray Cook. And back the battle for the 4th position. Steve Lucas in 4th, Bob Pierce in 5th. Hey, they're going back and forth, back and forth. Lucas now in 4th position. And here we go. 82 laps in the book as Hartman comes off of turn number 4 this time by. 83 laps down, only 17 to go.
Hartman in a familiar position, but watch Greg Mitchell. He's to the backside of him, and Mitchell's machine is handling very ill right now. He slid up and tagged the wall last time coming out of turn 2. Almost does it again right there. The pin entrance, and guess what? The track entrance is right there, and a right rear wheel touched the concrete, but he kept it straight as Hartman dove to the inside and put him a lap down one more time. Once again, a lap car between the leaders. Greg Mitchell between Ray Cook and $25,000. Francis having nothing to do with it. Watching, waiting like a vulture, trying to perch on any mistake as they come by this time. 85 laps down, 15 laps to go. We're at a 15-lap dash now, Todd.
And I tell you what, a man who's also been able to move, he saved his car. The 42 of Todd Andrews is now on the rear deck lid of Bob Pierce running in 5th. Andrews all over the rear bumper of 32. Pierce coming off of turn 2. Here they go down the back straightaway. Steve Lucas, Bob Pierce, and Todd Andrews off of turn number 4. We'll see if Andrews has enough to get around those two cars with only 14 laps remaining. Andrews lifts the car off of turn number 2 now. Fades back just a little bit. Lucas must have felt the pressure because he stretched it out just a little bit as he heads into turn number 3.
I tell you what, the track has really gotten tacky now. It's completely come back. They're lifting the left front tire as they come out of turn 1 and turn 2. Watch the leaders as they go through. Unbelievable. Hartman all over the backside of the 30. Give Shaver a nudge. Says, get out of the way there, Stevie. I'm the leader and I need by. Shaver's been holding him up all race long. Stoller beside Hartley. Hartley having nothing to do with it. Obviously the tire's gone away on the 32 machine. Rod Conley underneath Hartley in the backstretch. Aaron Scott in tow right there. Your leader's going to get backed up. He's in the doghouse right now, Todd. How can he get out of it? That's Hartley spins. Hartley spins. This could be the saving thing for the 75 of Bart Hartman.
Because Bart Hartman leads the field with 2 lap cars between himself and second place running Ray Cook. Steve Francis runs 3rd, a lap car, and then Steve Lucas runs 4th. Green flag waves. We're racing once again here in the Simonton Windows. Thunder in the Mountains 100. Steve Lucas takes it hard into turn number 1, gets by the lap car. Bob Pierce follows in suit. Here comes the 42 of Andrews, also underneath the 001 of Greg Mitchell. Back up front, Francis in 3rd position, looks underneath the 53 of Ray Cook coming off of turn 4. Cook cannot get by the lap car of Lynn Geisler. Lance Allison, here goes Ray Cook now underneath the number 1 CG of Lynn Geisler. Francis follows in suit. Francis now looks to the bottom. Underneath the 53, Ray Cook. No, Cook pitches him off going into turn number 3. Steve Lucas gets shoved up high. Bob Pierce comes underneath. Bob Pierce from 20th position up to 4th right now. Steve Lucas back to the 5th spot. Todd Andrews in 6th. Now he looks underneath the 5L, Steve Lucas, and Booper Bear follows in suit right behind him. Here goes Todd Andrews underneath the 5L. Lucas is a little bit harder into the turn. Here comes Andrews on the bottom. He looks like he has a position there, door-to-door coming off of 4. Lucas, the right front tire looks like it may have gone away on the 5L car. Todd Andrews now into the 5th position, picking the left front tire up, coming off of turn number 2, the 42 car.
Francis with one last charge here with 10 to go. 9 to go this time by the stripe. 10 to go as Francis rides in 3rd. Big pass on the entrance to turn 3 over Lance Elson. But Ray Cook holds on the 2nd, but not for long as Francis looks to charge to the 53. You know, give the guys at the 99, Donnie Moran's crew a credit. He's made a tire change. He's made a nice run. He's just going to run out of laps too early. Moran to the backside. He's on the backside of Mike Johnson, the lap car. Moran lets the car drift high. Mike Johnson battles back low. The tire change helped him about lap 36, but I think the tires are going right now. The 2 lap cars in the story on that restart as they allowed Bart Hartman to completely check out. We've got a cluster back at turns 1 and 2. Auckland, Bill Fry, Mike Johnson underneath, and there's the current points leader. Mike Balzano underneath all of them. There's not enough room in the turn for this kind of action. Balzano gets shuffled back out of the fray as Fry is smoking badly coming down the front stretch.
Bill Fry with a lot of smoke. I don't know if it's tire. I believe it is tire smoke coming off the 66. Looks like the left rear quarter panel shoved up when they got together between the 12 and the 66. This allowed Connie Moran to move up another position. Moran now up to the 8th position. Donnie Moran coming from the tail, moving up to the 8th position after the 66 and 12 of Auckland get together. Back up front, Bart Hartman. He did save enough for the end of the race. Hartman has only 5 laps, and he is now distancing himself between him and Ray Cook. Lap traffic does not look like it will play a part in this final 5 laps of the racing as Hartman is just now starting to see the lap cars in front of him as he comes off of turn 4 with 4 laps to go. Cook a full straightaway behind in second place, and Francis about 5 car lengths behind. Ray Cook as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Hartman already on the backstretch heading for turn 3. A straightaway between first and second place right now. Hartman comes around with 3 laps to go. Now he has to deal with the lap traffic with 3 laps to go.
Hartman all over Billy Bragdon one more time out of turn 2, puts him one more lap down. Dives to the inside. Trouble up in turn 3. Trouble up in turn 3. Lance Elson spins the 17. Lance Elson spins the 17. Now we've got a race fans.
It all for our leader, our race-long leader, Bart Hartman in the 75 car. Hartman looked like through the middle of the race he tried to slow down and maybe save a little bit for the end of the race, and it looks like he may have done that, but we'll find out with Cook on his rear deck. Let green flag in the air right now.
Just 4 to go. 4 to go was time by. 4 to go as they come to the cone. The leader brings them in. Hartman all over the gas right now. Cook all over the backside of him. Cook dives to the inside. Hartman has the same line. He can run any line he wants. Nobody's there to stop him. Francis in third. Bob Pearson fourth. Here comes the 42 of Todd Andrews underneath Geisler for fifth. Lucas all over Geisler. He needs to get by him for sixth. Actually, he has 6 right now. This time by 97 laps recorded. 3 to go. The battle in here. Moran all over the backside of Booper Bear as they come down the front stretch. Moran battling for every position right now. It's money, money, money. And whoever finishes where they finish is the bigger paycheck up front. Hartman coming out of turn 4. Your leader. Cook seems to be closing, and Francis is closing on Cook.
With 2 laps remaining, they get the 2-lap signal to go. Bart Hartman still your leader with about a 3-car length advantage over second place running Ray Cook. Steve Francis right on Ray Cook's heels. A car length separating those two. Back about another 12 car lengths. Bob Pierce has his hands full with the 42 of Todd Andrews. They come around this time. White flag in the air. Bart Hartman, 1 lap to go. Race fans, 99 laps he has led on this race-long event here today. Ray Cook trying everything he can to get around Hartman, but he can't do it. Here they come off of turn number 4. Your winner will be of the assignment to win this Thunder in the Mountains 100, Bart Hartman. Second place will be Ray Cook. Third place, Steve Francis. Bob Pierce fourth, and Todd Andrews will round out your top 5.
Boy, don't take anything away from the winner of this event, but Bob Pierce charging from his 20th starting position. Tell you what, when they're heading down that low, Todd, I don't like to say a whole lot, but guess what? We still got to go to the scales, race fans, so don't leave your seats.
You see all those cars heading to the low side, trying to pick up a little bit extra weight. That means they cut it close. 75 Bart Hartman just came right on into the scales. He will be $25,000 richer if he passes Tech right here, and we'll wait and see.
Protect the right rear.
Yeah, I mean, every time someone would come in, they'd go down and look at the tires, and it was trying to just take care of it, and we was real happy with the way the Hoosier tires performed today. It was real good.
Lap traffic last weekend, you had some trouble with it. How was it today?
It was fine, we went ahead and just run our line and had fun.
Hey, Ray, you got a lot of happy. I tell you what, Bart, you got a lot of happy people here. Congratulations.
Well, thanks. If it wasn't for the fans, we couldn't do this. This is the best sport in the country.
I'll tell you right now, we're going to get the president of Stars, Rick Gross. Presentation. Great. Appreciate it. Bart.
Just one of the few people we've been having this.
Bart Dennis right here, president of Simultaneous Witness now comes in. And makes the presentation to Bart Hartman for $25,000 simultaneous, putting on this first annual Thunder in the Mountains here at West Virginia Motor Speedway.
Tony.
Looks like he had it pretty good.
She was good today. Really good.
Bart, gentlemen, right here, please.
Like a man.
You were the eyes and ears of Bart during the whole race. You could probably see Ray Cook time to move up on Bart.
Okay.
As long as we just stayed in our line and ran our race, I really didn't think we were going to have any problem. The racetrack was in pretty good shape for where we started, and we kind of anticipated that we were going to do that. So, as long as we knew where we were at lap time-wise with Ray, we knew that even if Ray got close to the races clean, he was an excellent competitor, and we loved to race with him. We just knew that if we just ran our race and set our pace the way we wanted to, sometimes when you get to 100 laps, it'll wear on you a little bit because you just think that sooner or later we're going to have to roll out on the racetrack and be not good. And today we were just lucky.
Where any concern Bart had to be asking, you know, how's my rear? Do you think I'm right rear okay, right front okay?
We race her so much that we keep a good eye on the racetrack. We rode around there earlier today and looked at it. It's a racetrack with us. You just don't even worry about it all weekend.
Hey, Jimmy, thanks. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, get it right in here. Good combination here, the 75 team.
Over here in the car.